Hello and welcome to the FPSC Leadership Summit. My name is Marwan Dole, the process manager here at FPSC, and with me today is the beautiful and wonderful Nina Aka.
Thank you, Marwan.
From Freedom Cannabis.
Freedom Cannabis, yeah.
Correct.
You're right.
Yes, and if you don't mind telling us just a little bit about yourself today.
Okay, so I'm Nina, the QA manager for Freedom Cannabis. I came all the way from Edmonton in Alberta to Ottawa in Ontario. Oh my gosh.
That's right.
Family.
It's all good. It's all
For
the
this
same.
amazing leadership conference, and it's been good so far.
I'm really glad to hear that. And that's a testament to bringing everybody else from across Canada just for this to have a discussion. We're very, very happy to have you here.
Thank you, Marwan.
So we just had our main speaker, Riaz, and we were just kind of wondering how you thought of that in terms of some of the leadership aspects and communication that he's speaking to. Personally, I was pretty moved by a lot of the communication tools that you could use. So we're just wondering how you felt about that.
Okay, so I have been lucky. I had a brief chat with Riaz sometime last week.
Oh.
So I got introduced to him and his concepts and his depth of thinking. You know, it was just amazing. And seeing him up there on stage, talking to us, relating to us, and letting us understand the multifaceted layers of codependency on each other in our network, and being able to leverage on that as a tool to grow our expertise, to grow our human relations with others, was very inspiring. So I did learn a lot, especially about the vulnerability part. You know, he had, in our conversation last week, he had mentioned vulnerability and how me as a leader tend to focus on vulnerability, or my angle of perspective regarding vulnerability. And I made him aware vulnerability is good. It has to be genuine and authentic. And but unfortunately, some people rather take advantage of people's vulnerability, and that's where people start building walls to protect themselves. So I was very glad that he mentioned vulnerability should be vulnerability should propel us to greatness, you know,
Yes.
to do great things, and not as a form of weakness.
Yeah.
So it was one of the poignant moments for me, his talk about vulnerability. And his talk also about grief and how we relate to people who are grieving. I found myself in that situation, and I literally didn't know what to tell people, how to help people. And, you know, the robotic response. If there's anything you need, I'm here, I can support you. But, I mean, going deeper and getting to build that connection with the person who is grieving, it really resonated with me.
I completely agree. And I think one of the really cool things about that too, just from my side, is how that can all be directed with the way that you ask the question.
Exactly.
And how you stage that.
Exactly.
And I think what the phrase that he said was that vulnerability precedes relatability.
Exactly.
And I find that so key, even with grief, even with like relating to everything else.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad you found that too.
Absolutely.
So you're also a very, very successful member of our Refine Yourself program.
Yeah.
Very keen on all the teachings and everything. So we're halfway through the program now, actually approaching. So we're just wondering how this kind of related to that as well for you, and how your experience was so far within our Refine Yourself program.
Okay, to be very honest and truthful, I was very honored and privileged to be part of this first of its kind in Canada program. And when I started going through the courses, I was like, oh, this is what I see almost every day at work. Mm-hmm. Not to blow my own horn, but Freedom Cannabis stands for great leadership. So what we do is every day we do have a leaders meeting, 10:04, 20 minutes, we are done. And we do have core values that we encourage everyone to come along with, so that we are all together in it. And we always say that it's tone from the top. That keeps everyone being excellent in their own unique roles. So tone from the top. What does the leadership, what does the CEO, what do the board of directors do to influence all those who look up to them? So I've seen this leadership style from the Refine Yourself products program. I've seen this leadership style from the Refine Yourself program daily at my work. I mean, we take accountability. We are encouraged to be responsible for the decisions, whether they are right or wrong, whether it ends up being a mistake or not. We are encouraged to take responsibility, to be accountable for it. We are encouraged to be empathetic and sympathetic to other people. I mean, understanding that we all come from different backgrounds. We all have different experiences that shape us into how we behave and how we relate with each other. So this program despite this program has really opened my eyes more to being a great leader and being more relatable to other people. I mean, being more compassionate, more understanding, helping people to be the best versions of themselves every day. And it falls on leaders because it's tone from the top. The tone you set is what everyone who is following you follows. So it's a great program and I'm really glad to be part of it.
I was moved by that. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Nina, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for participating with all of us. And we definitely hope to see you in future events for the Leadership Summit and the Refine Yourself program as well.
Thank you, Marwan.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Appreciate it, Nina. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.